Hi everybody!
As of the most recent PlayStation State of Play, we finally have a release date for Digimon Story Time Stranger. However, the release date is literally the worst case scenario for the game. I've probably been the biggest champion for Time Stranger since it was announced. But I have to be Mr. Negative here, as Bandai Namco have literally screwed the pooch on this one. I'm in no way saying Time Stranger can't be a success, so please don't put words in my mouth. But what I am saying is the cards are stacked against it, so let's discuss why. We're starting off with probably the most important aspect as to why things aren't in favor of Time Stranger at present. The release date downright sucks ass for this game. It's coming out on October 3rd. On paper, that might not seem so bad, since that's a very early October date. However, gamers call that month Broketober for a reason. It's usually when devs decide to collectively blow their loads for the upcoming holiday season instead of staggering their releases throughout the months of October, November, and December. But you have to consider this. One day before Time Stranger drops, the biggest PlayStation 5 exclusive for this year, Ghost of Yotai, is also dropping. Considering that title is also going to appeal to weebs and normies alike, it's going to cut into the sales of Time Stranger more than just a little bit. But, okay, what else is potentially harming Time Stranger? For one, you have Pokemon Legends ZA just 13 days later. Then, at the end of the month, the remasters for Dragon Quests 1 and 2 are going to drop. Meaning it's a very crowded month for fans of JRPGs and Japanese adjacent games. Also, this is only the stuff we know about. With Summer Game Fest about to kick off later today at the time of recording, there really is potential for more titles to squeeze out Time Stranger, and that's going to hurt the game's bottom line, just when the series was starting to gain some mainstream momentum thanks to smart marketing on Bandai's part. Them partnering up with PlayStation for the States of Play, along with showing off various Digimon who will appear on the roster on the Digimon social media accounts, was driving some buzz. So, not only is it releasing after a relatively quiet September, it's launching in what will be the busiest window of the year for games, and it's pitted up against two of the biggest IPs in JRPGs, and one of the biggest AAA releases of the year. It's like Bubsy the Bobcat constantly says, what could possibly go wrong? At this point, seemingly everything. Because there's another big detractor for Time Stranger, and I covered that in a previous video where I discussed that we'd be getting a release date soon. Turns out I was right on that one. But what's this new issue I'm talking about? Another major issue Time Stranger is going to face is the pricing of it. The game is going to be 100 Canadian, which I pointed out in that previous video was a steep price for a Digimon title, as they're usually below the price of other games at retail. The Ultimate Edition is going to be 164 Canadian, and you don't get any major physical extras that make it worth buying. So, what of the Collector's Edition, which is exclusive to Bandai's website? It costs an obscene $200 American. Sure, you're getting a nice figure, an art book, and 3 additional exclusive TCG cards, along with all of the digital pre-order goodies. But are you really getting good value for money? I'd argue, not really. Clearly, Bandai are trying to show this game has much more love and attention thrown at it than the Cyber Sleuth games, which may work out. But I think more than likely, the sales early on will be confined to Digimon diehards. The average gamer is going to walk on by and will just get Ghost of Yotai, Pokemon ZA, or the Dragon Quest remasters, as those will be priced around the same as the standard edition for Time Stranger, meaning people will likely wait for Time Stranger to go on sale at a deep discount. So where do I stand on this? Do I think Time Stranger is cooked? In the long term, I think the game will make its money back and will be profitable. But I think early on, it's going to likely struggle to make sales, and the higher-ups at Bandai Namco are likely going to reconsider Digimon as a whole going forward, meaning we may see yet another set of wilderness years like we did during the PS2 days. Maybe that's a little bit pessimistic, but I like to think of myself as a realist. Also, look at my track record when I either make predictions or outright state I've heard X, Y, and Z thing. Generally speaking, I'm usually right on the money. I'm just hoping for once I'm dead wrong, we'll have egg on my face, and you can all laugh at my disgrace. Yes, I was referencing Queen's We Will Rock You, but since most of my audience is around my age, they probably got the reference. But do you think Time Stranger is cooked, or do you think Bandai is actually showing the brand some good faith with its release date and pricing structure? Now check out one of my previous Digimon videos, and until next time, keep blazing that trail.